So, hi everybody. Sorry for the lack of, snake videos. I've been really busy. But today I thought I would do a corn snake handling video because I have a little bit of spare time on my hands at the moment. And yeah, so let me just move all this. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube. Especially when it comes to corn snakes and a few other colubrids, where people really aren't handling them correctly, especially as babies. Now mine isn't technically a baby, he's 6.5 months old, nearly 7 months old. But I see so many people just handling them wrong. I mean, I even see breeders that have been, breeding snakes and reptiles in general for many years and still handle snakes wrong, and I find it upsetting. Now obviously with corn snakes, especially babies, they can be very jumpy and very skittish, and the one thing you don't want to do is chase them around their enclosure, which I see a lot of people doing, or being nervous, especially if it's your first corn snake and maybe you've just gotten over a phobia of them or a fear of some sort of them. Don't be, all like, ooh, is it going to bite me? Because that's going to put the snake on edge as well. Obviously, mine is not as jumpy, as I've been handling him a hell of a lot. As you can see, he's actually coming up to investigate why his enclosure door is open. But I'm going to demonstrate now, basically, the correct way to pick up a corn snake. Now, I would be able to show you better if my corn snake was skittish, but he isn't. Now, sometimes he can be a little jumpy, as you saw then. I'm just letting him know that I'm here, giving him a little touch. He's not going to bite me, and if he does, it's not going to hurt. Okay. As you saw then, he's backing away, so I don't want to move very quickly, nor do I want to pick him up straight away, because I don't want to scare him. Right, so I'm just going to, there you go, a little jump there. I'm going to move very slowly and all on his terms. So I'm going to move very slowly. And there you go. I picked him up. I'm on my knees at the moment, bear with me. There we go. Now if I was to rush in there and just grab him, he'd have probably freaked out and ended up wriggling around quite a bit, and as a result he'd have probably been very difficult to handle trying to get out of, while trying to get him out of his enclosure. But as you can see, he's perfectly calm now. A little bit jumpy to begin with, but perfectly fine now. Put him down a minute because my partner's phone is going off again. Look at that. Perfectly calm, as you can see. Now even when he's out, I want to move very slowly and let him know that I'm here at all times, instead of going in and grabbing him straight away. And even when he's in my hand, I want to let him do what he wants to do, as opposed to grabbing him. Now if you're calm, your snake will be calm. Doesn't matter, depending on the snake obviously, but all snakes, if you're calm, they're calm. If you're rough with them, they're not going to like it. Doesn't matter how much experience you have with corn snakes, or snakes in general, or any reptile really. Just because you have 20, 30 years experience doesn't mean that you can rough handle them. It's not right. If you're calm with them, they're calm. Yeah, as you saw, he was a little bit jumpy to begin with when I went in, but I didn't shy away from him. I didn't jerk around. I didn't just go and grab him. I was very slow with it. And I just let him know that I'm here and I'm not going to hurt him. You know, he's still very small, so as far as he's aware, I'm still a big threat to him. And he's going to slide off my arm if I'm not careful. So I just want to lower my arm there a little bit, see if he wants to go on my bed, which he loves to do, he loves to go on my bed. So even when I let him go, as you can see, I'm letting him go on my bed here. But even when I let him go, I'm always very cautious about where he goes. I'm very careful. Now, if it's your first snake, I wouldn't recommend handling your new snake alone. I'd have somebody there that's experienced, that can assist you with taking the snake out, as opposed to trying it on your own, especially if you're still a little nervous. See, I'm perfectly calm. I'm not swinging him around, I'm not moving quickly, I'm not restricting his movement, because I'm letting him go where he wants to go on me. Within reason, of course. I mean, once he starts climbing up my arm, I will lower my arm, like I'm doing now, to the bed, because with the way he's got me, he could quite easily slide off my arm, and I don't want him hurting himself. So I will let him go back on my bed so I can get a better grip, because I'm only doing this with one hand, so I do need to be very careful. Let's see if we can get a close-up view of Little Spirit here. He's an absolutely gorgeous corn. And as you can see, each time I just pick him up like that a lot. He's not jumping around, he's not trying to get away from me. Just wants to explore and have fun. You know, I see so many people doing this wrong, and it upsets me, because you can see the corn snake is getting, well, the snake in general, doesn't even have to be a corn snake, but you can see the snake getting stressed out and annoyed. Hey, look. There's no need, doesn't matter how much experience you've got, there's no need to be rough with your snakes. At all, there is really no need. You know, the calmer you are, the calmer your snake is. Even if you have a slightly aggressive snake, your snake will calm down eventually, so long as you're calm. And he's trying to go off my bed here, so look. Straight into my hand, almost. And if they go onto your hand like that, you can just lift them up. And if you wish, you either pick them up like that, and they'll just wrap themselves around, or you can place them in a better position. But he's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. He doesn't have a problem with me handling him. I'm letting him go where he wants within reason. If he wants to go back on the bed, I give him the opportunity to go back on my bed. Obviously, we'll move him when he goes off the bed, because my bed's quite high and I don't want him going off it. But corn snakes are by far, in my opinion anyway, the best starter snake. And this isn't my first snake. It's my first baby corn snake, but it's not my first snake. I've had quite a few snakes over the years, but one of my all-time favourites, barring the African house snake, is in fact the corn snake. My second favourite is actually the African house snake. I've got a real soft spot for the African house snake. I'm not sure why I have, but I have. But my first ever snake I saw as a child was in fact a corn snake. My first snake was an African house snake, and that was just by sheer luck that I ended up with an African house snake. I will be getting another one soon as well, hopefully. But this is my first baby corn snake. I've had a corn snake, and I do have an adult male downstairs, which I will show in a separate video, obviously, later on. But this video is just to show that you can handle a corn snake. Even a youngster like this little fella, you can handle them with ease. And yeah, before anybody asks, I do let him go on my duvet. I will actually let him on my duvet right now. And there you go. It's not necessarily a problem. Completely fine. Just cruising around, looking for a place to hide. And obviously I'm keeping a wary eye on him just to make sure that he doesn't get into any trouble or he doesn't get into anywhere I don't want him in, which he's going to go under my duvet. So I'm going to just run my fingers slightly down his body and then lift him up. And he's fine. Like I said, if you're nice and calm and gentle, they'll be nice and calm. So I'm going to leave him for just a second. I know exactly where he is. There. So again, look, he didn't even react to me. I'm going to pick him up, just like that. And he will literally... you can see his colours a bit better there in the light. Sorry my camera keeps going out of focus, it's a crappy camera. It's the best I can do for now though, fortunately. He's trying to reverse.